let's talk about the virus, the bankers, the money, the Federal Reserve notes. Here's a question for everybody. A $100 reserve note costs 15 cents to print. So for 15 cents, how much money can you print? You see, you print the first $100 reserve note for 15 cents. Then you got $99.85 to print all you want. So all the money in circulation essentially costs 15 cents to print. This is not a trick question. And this is exactly why Donald Trump and his banker pals are pathetic and a fraud. Just like the Clintons, just like the Obamas, just like the Bushes and the Bidens and the Cheneys, the American banksters run the Congress and the Senate. The American banksters own 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Now here's my proof. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer meeting with Donald J. Trump in the Oval Office with Mike Pence is demanding billions of dollars to build a wall, which means Donald Trump supports, defends, and protects the Federal Reserve notes. Donald Trump wants 5 billion reserve notes to build his wall. That's because Donald J. Trump is in love with the banksters who own the Congress, who own the Senate, and who own him. The banksters owned Obama, the banksters owned the Clintons, and the banksters owned the Bushes, and a whole lot of other people in the Senate and the Congress, and the courts, and the military, the Pentagon, the CIA, and so on and so forth, and particularly the FHA, HUD, and Farmers Home Administration, Freddie Mac, or Fannie Mae, the whole pile of gangster banksters are owned by the people that are printing all those reserve notes for 15 cents. America, you've been completely bamboozled and brainwashed, totally indoctrinated. What's running the American system of government are the people that print endless amounts of reserve notes for 15 cents. You've been punked, America. Totally punked. And Donald J. Trump, you were talking about swamp draining and how everything's rigged. Well, you're exactly correct. The gangster banksters, Mr. Trump, your pals. The gangster banksters, Mr. Trump, Barack Obama's pals. The gangster banksters, Mr. Trump, the Bush's pals. And Donald J. Trump, the gangster banksters, Jimmy Comey and Robert Mueller's pals. You see, Mr. Trump, why isn't Mr. Comey in jail? Why is Mr. Mueller not in jail? Why are the Clintons still roaming free? Why are the Bushes and the Obamas still wandering around free as jaybirds? Because they're the buddies of the 15-cent reserve note mafia. And that's just as simple as it gets, folks. You need to wake up and do the math. You've got a system of control in place called the Federal Reserve Banks. And they buy everything. And they buy everybody with those 15-cent reserve notes. There's no other explanation for it. The first $100 bill costs 15 cents to print, which means you've got $99.85 left over to print more. You see how this works? America, if you don't rise up against these gangster banksters, this nation will never be without massive corruption. The massive corruption that is afflicting the United States right now is caused by the 15-cent $100 reserve note. And of course all those dollars, those reserve notes that they type into their computer keyboards. This is how they own everything. This is how they own everybody. The courts, the police, the FBI, the Secret Service, the CIA, the IRS, and it goes on and on and on. Especially HUD and especially the FHA. It's all about those 15-cent reserve notes, folks. And until you figure that out, I would recommend you go get you some yellow vests. Make sure you get you some yellow vests and you say, wait a second here. Why are we all enslaved to 15-cent reserve notes? Folks, I'm leaving it right there, and as always, hasta la vista. God bless, and you betcha we will be back.